So in Vedic period, apart from this religion, you can also focus on geography. In our notes we have given, so what were the rivers mentioned in Rigveda? Rivers mentioned in Rigveda and their present names. Their present names. They may ask, were they aware of ocean or not? Aryans were not aware of ocean. They have not seen the ocean. The boundaries of Aryans were Himalayas in the north. Himalayas in north. South, southernmost boundary is Aravalli ranges. Aravalli ranges. Aravalli ranges in Rajasthan region. Okay, westernmost boundary is Afghanistan. Westernmost boundary, Afghanistan. Easternmost boundary was Ganga river. Ganga and Yamuna. Ganga and Yamuna. They have not crossed Ganga and Yamuna, but they were aware of the Ganga and Yamuna rivers. Okay. So they have not seen ocean. But in Rigveda, here and there, you can see the words called Samudra. They mentioned about the Samudra. So how can we understand the Samudra? Yeah. Samudra is collection of waters. Samudra is collection of waters. Okay. That's all about the Vedic period. So our next topic is the next potential area is Mauryans. So within the Mauryans, it is Ashoka, Ashokan Dhamma. To spread Dhamma, he issued edicts, Ashokan edicts. And the next important area is Mauryan religion. Mauryan religion. Many times we have seen the questions from Mauryan religion. Okay. Now, what was their faith? When I say Mauryans, it's not only Ashoka. Who was the founder of Mauryan Empire? Chandragupta Maurya. So his favorite religion was Jainism. So Chandragupta Maurya, he followed Jainism. How can you say he followed Jainism? Because we have a book called Parishishta Parvan. Parishishta Parvan, written by Hemachandra. Hemachandra. So in this Hemachandra's Parishishta Parvan, there is a story that when Chandragupta Maurya ruled over Pataliputra, his Jain guru Bhadrabahu came and he predicted that there will be 12 years great famine. So you have to leave the Pataliputra. So Chandragupta Maurya devolved his throne to the Bindusara. Chandragupta Maurya, Bhadrabahu and 12,000 monks from Pataliputra to south, Sravana Belagola, they migrated. So when they reached Sravana Belagola, your Chandragupta Maurya, he performed a Sallekhana. Okay, at Chandragiri Hills. So Chandragupta Maurya, there is no doubt at all, he followed Jainism. And Chandragupta's son was Bindusara. Bindusara followed which religion? Bindusara followed Ajvika religion. What are the principles of Ajvikas? What Ajvikas believed? Ajvikas believed in the fate. Ajvikas believed in fate. We can call them as the fatalists. Everything in your life is predetermined. Okay. Where you are going to born, to whom you are going to born, okay, what you are going to pursue, what you are going to become, how you are going to die, everything in your life, whom you are going to marry, okay, that is also decided. Ajvika philosophy. You said that Charvaka philosophy. So according to Charvakas, There is no karma, soul, supreme soul, heaven, hell. Whatever you can perceive through your senses, that is only existed. We came from dust and go to dust. Okay? Yeah. After Bindusara, we have Ashoka. Ashoka followed which religion? Ashoka followed Buddhism. Yeah. When he was converted into Buddhism, Kalinga War. Kalinga War. After Kalinga War. Okay. When was exactly Kalinga War fought? Yeah. In which year Kalinga War was being fought by Ashoka? Ashoka was coronated. Ashoka was coronated. After 9 years of Ashoka's coronation, 9 years or 9th year of Ashoka's coronation, so this Kalinga War was fought. Okay, we are getting this information from 13th major rock edict. So you can expect the question. Which of the following Ashokan edict talks about Kalinga War? 13th, 12th, 14th, 10th. It is 13th major rock edict. Discuss about Kalinga War. So Ashoka fought against whom? Who were the rulers of Kalinga by the time? Acharya, Dimoshi and Meghavahana. So these are the Kalinga rulers, Dimoshi and Meghavahana. So what was the reason for Kalinga War? The reason for Kalinga War is, here Mauryan traders were interrupted by these rulers. Many times Ashoka warned them, but they have not listened to the Ashoka's warnings. So to teach them a lesson, they fought Kalinga War. In which year? They may also ask. 9th year, 9th regnal year of Ashoka, he fought Kalinga War. So Kalinga War was deadly war. How many people died? 1 lakh people died. Around 1.5 lakh people were taken to Padaliputra as slaves. This has completely changed Ashoka. Ashoka was moved. Ashoka could not come out of that agony and grief. And when he was in the remorse, he was converted into Buddhism by Mogaliputta Tissa later came. There are 2 traditions. One is Samudra. According to Divyavadana, a merchant turned monk has influenced Ashoka to convert into Buddhism. Okay. And one more tradition called Upagupta, according to Mahavamsha and Divamsha, and he influenced Ashoka to convert into Buddhism. Okay. So Ashoka joined in Buddhism. What are the prominent things during the life of Ashoka? What he contributed for Buddhism? He organized the 3rd Buddhist Council. Very good. So Ashoka patronized the 3rd Buddhist Council. It was presided by Mogaliputta Tissa. Okay. So what he contributed? Mogaliputta Tissa, he compiled an important Tripitaka. What is it, Tripitaka? Abhidhamma Pitaka. So Abhidhamma Pitaka. Okay. When Ashoka convened this 3rd Buddhist Council, there are many sects are going to be emerged. There are conflicts, difference of opinions. Your Buddhism is going to be split into various sects. By the time, there are 18 different sects were present. Okay, if Buddhism was split into these many sects, your Buddhism will not become international religion. But the goal of Ashoka is to make it as a international religion. So Ashoka has warned all the monks to be united. Don't split the religion. So where you can see this information, you can see this information from Saranath pillar inscription. In Saranath pillar inscription, Ashoka warned monks. Okay. Once he joined into Buddhism, now he started traveling across the North India and visiting all the holy places of Buddhism. He visited many holy places of Buddhism. Okay. So among them, what was the birthplace of Buddha? Birthplace of Buddha? Gaya. Lumbini. Lumbini is the birthplace of Buddha. So once Ashoka visited that Lumbini and he praised the people who born there. He said that the great teacher Buddha has born in the place where you are born. You people are so blessed. Now I am going to exempt you from some taxes called Bali. So there is a tax called Bali which was exempted to the people of Lumbini. This was mentioned in Rumindai pillar inscription. Very, very important. In which of the following inscription Ashoka exempted people of Lumbini from taxes? Rumindai pillar inscription. Okay. So complete exemption from Bali. What is Bali? Bali is a voluntary tax. Bali is voluntary tax. And they are also exempted. So the bhaga was reduced to 1/8 of produce. 1/8 of produce is bhaga. They have to pay. Okay. Which Ashoka inscription mentioned about the Mauryan tax structure? Rumindai, Saranath, Babru, and Yarragudi. Rumindai pillar inscription. Rumindai pillar inscription talks about the Mauryan tax structure. These are the different ways of asking the question. Okay? Yeah. Now, once Ashoka joined into Buddhism and he supposed to build around 84,000 stupas and viharas. Right down? According to Divyavadana, he built 84,000 stupas and viharas. He distributed relics of Buddha. He distributed relics of Buddha. Distributed relics of Buddha. Relics of Buddha. Okay. Not only this, he sent some ambassadors. He sent some ambassadors across the Indian subcontinent to promote Buddhism. To promote Buddhism. So these names are very, very important for us. Okay. Write down. Region. Messenger. Region messenger. Himalayas. The Himalayan region Majhima, Sahadeva, Mulakadeva, Kassa Gopata. Kassa Gopata. Kasagopata. Next, within Himalayas for Kashmir. Kashmir and Gandhara region. Yeah. So for Kashmir and Gandhara only we have Majjhima. Kashmir and Gandhara, Majjhima. Next. For Sri Lanka, Mahinda and Sangamitra. Mahinda and Sangamitra. For Suvarna Bhumi. For Suvarna Bhumi means Myanmar. For Suvarna Bhumi, Sona. Sona was sent. For Mahisha Mandala. For Mahisha Mandala. Mahisha Mandala is nothing but Central India. Mahisha Mandala, nothing but Central India. Here Mahadev. No need to worry. Central India means Ujjain. In Ujjain, we have a Jyotirlinga. Mahakala. So nothing but Mahadeva. Clear? Next. Yona. Yona means northwestern India. Northwestern India. For this northwestern India, Maharakita. Maharakita. Rakita in Pali. Rakshita in Sanskrit. Maharakita. Next. Vanavasi. Vanavasi. North Indians call it as Banavasi. Banavasi is the modern Mysore. Rakita. Vanavasi. Rakita. Next. Western Deccan. Western Deccan. For Western Deccan, Mahadharma Rakita. Mahadharma Rakita. These are all the Buddhist scholars. They were sent by Ashoka, okay, to promote, to spread the Buddhism to various parts. They are not officials. They are just the Buddhist monks. They were dispatched to various places across Indian subcontinent to spread the Buddhism. Okay. So that's all about the contribution of your Ashoka. Ashoka built famous stupas. What were the famous stupas? Dharmarjika stupa. Dharmarjika stupa. Where is Dharmarjika stupa? Axilla. Sanchi stupa. Madhya Pradesh. Sanchi stupa in Madhya Pradesh. Amaravati and Battiprolu. Where is Amaravati and Battiprolu? Andhra Pradesh. In Andhra Pradesh. In which of the following Ashoka inscription Ashoka called Buddha as Bhagavan? Write down, take a question. In which of the following inscriptions Buddha was called as Bhagavan? Buddha was called as Bhagavan by Ashoka. One by one. Saranath inscription. Saranath inscription. Dhauli inscription. Dhauli. Dhauli inscription. Babru inscription. Babru inscription. Maski inscription. Maski inscription. Yeah. Babru inscription. Very good. Babru is in Bengal. Babru inscription. Yeah. Where Ashoka claimed himself as Dharmashoka. Ashoka claimed himself as Dharmashoka in Saranath inscription. Write down. Saranath inscription. Hyphen. Saranath inscription. Hyphen. Claimed himself as Dharmashoka. Claimed himself as Dharmashoka. We will come to that Maski later. Take one more question. Which of the following statements are correct? Which of the following statements are correct regarding Ashoka? Statement 1. Ashoka was contemporary of Buddha. Was he contemporary or not? He was not contemporary. So Buddha was in 6th century BC. He was in 3rd century BC. Okay. Second statement. He attempted to make Buddhism as international religion. Buddhism as international religion. Third statement. He provided gifts. He provided gifts to non-Buddhists. And anti-Buddhist sects. Anti-Buddhist sects. Right or wrong? Right. He followed the policy of tolerance, and he was a secular Ashoka. Though personally he followed Buddhism, and he also donated some caves, given some gifts to other faiths also. So non-Buddhist and anti-Buddhist sects also. Example, in Bihar we have a caves called Bara Hills. That Bara Hills were dug up and they were donated to Ajvika monks. Write down. He excavated Bara caves, Bara caves, and dedicated to Ajvika monks. Yeah. Some kind of surprises, shocks you can see. Where Ashoka called himself as secular Ashoka. Ashoka called himself as secular Ashoka in Bara inscription. Write down. He called himself as secular Ashoka in Bara inscription. You know, his grandson followed the footprints of Ashoka. His grandson was Dasaratha. Write down. His grandson Dasaratha. His grandson Dasaratha followed him and excavated Nagarjuni caves. And donated to, again, Ajvika monks. Donated to Ajvika monks. Ashoka. No. Let's say, for example, if your father is a Shaivite, okay, you don't need to follow the Shaivism. Okay, when you have that article 25-26, freedom of religion, freedom to choose your religion. Let's say if you like the Lord Balaji, you can follow Vaishnavism. There is no imposition on the rulers. So rulers are free to think, free to choose their own faiths. Chandragupta Maurya, the founder, he followed Jainism. His own son followed Ajvika. His son followed Buddhism. Okay. Next. His grandson, Sampriti. Ashoka's grandson, Sampriti, followed Jainism. Okay. They can also ask match the following pairs with respect to Mauryan religion. They'll give Mauryan rulers and their faiths. Which of the following pairs are correctly matched? Only one pair matched, only two pairs matched. Okay. So now, apart from the Mauryan religion, the next important area is Mauryan or Ashokan edicts, Ashokan inscriptions. In the last 20 years, at least 5 to 6 times, they have asked questions on Ashokan inscriptions. Ashoka is not important for his wars. Ashoka is important, and the greatness of Ashoka is going to be known to this world only by the inscriptions and Ashokan edicts. Okay. Ashokan edicts. Yeah. Why Ashoka issued edicts? Talk to the people. What he wanted to convey? He wanted to convey Dhamma. Is it Buddhism? It's not Buddhism. So it is related to social order and conduct of people. Ashoka's aim is not just merely ruling the people. He wanted to establish social order, communal harmony, okay, a non-violent society, a peaceful society which is free from all the wars, because he was exhausted by the death agony he had seen in the Kalinga war. After Kalinga war, he decided, I am not going for Bheri Gosha. I'll take up only Dhamma Gosha. I'll promote goodness in the society. If I win the people by sword, by force, they may not love the Ashoka. If I extend my welfare, if I consider my children, consider people as the subjects, people as the children, then I will win the hearts and minds of people. I can get the political loyalty. So, in order to promote Dhamma, he started issuing the edicts. Okay. So, edict is also an inscription which was written on hard surface. If the content is titles, military victories, exaggeration, we can call it as a eulogy, prashasti. Okay, Allahabad Prashasti of Samudragupta. But if the content is regarding the social orders, royal orders, we can call it as a edict. If the content in inscription is related to land transaction, we can call it as a land charter. So inscriptions are three types on the basis of content. One is eulogy or prashasti. So it talks about military titles and wars. And second one is edict. Edicts are royal orders regarding society. And next one is land charters. They are also inscriptions. Ashoka is known for edicts. Ashoka is known for edicts. So Ashokan edicts can be broadly classified. Yeah. What are they? Minor rock edict. Yeah. Then second one is major rock edict. What is this major and minor? Major borders cross hota hai within the borders. Okay. Yeah. Let's say for example, here in the RTC crossroad, if it is a junction, people would come and came to know, if people would gather and he find this place as a useful place, he find one boulder. On boulder, if he writes 14 statements, we can call it as a major rock edict or 14 major rock edicts. If there are only small statements, few statements, we can call it as a minor rock edict. And next one is, if he construct or built some pillars, we can call it as a pillar edicts. So there are three types. One is pillar edict, second one 14 major rock edicts, third one minor rock edicts. Here 14 means 14 statements are there. If 14 statements are present on boulder, we can call it as 14 major rock edicts. Okay. So what was the language he used? What was the language was used for these inscriptions? Prakrit or Pali? Prakrit. Prakrit language was used. Prakrit language. Buddha used Pali language. Then what about the script? Which script they have used? Brahmi script. So Brahmi moves from left to right. So Brahmi moves from left to right. Okay. It's okay, fine. In the mainland of India, Kashmir to Kanyakumari, they are aware of Prakrit and they know Brahmi. But Ashokan Empire or Ashokan influence is beyond the Ashokan borders. Let's say for example, here in Gandhara region, in Afghanistan region, there he wanted to issue inscriptions, but people don't know Prakrit language. Yeah. There are two places called Shahbaz Gari. Okay. So in this place, he has used Kharosti script. Two places, Manshera and Shahbaz Gari. In these two places, Kharosti script was used. Not the Brahmi. But beyond Afghanistan, he used Aramaic and Greek. Aramaic, Greek, they are the languages as well as scripts. Total, how many languages are used for his inscriptions? Total 3 languages: Prakrit, Aramaic, Greek. How many scripts were used? 4 scripts: Kharosti script, Brahmi script, Aramic script, and the Greek script. Okay, where did we adapt this Kharosthi script? We have learnt this Kharosthi script from the Achaemenians. Achaemenians are nothing but the Iranians. From Iran we have learned this Kharosthi script. And Kharosthi is opposite to Brahmi. Kharosthi moves from right to left. Kharosthi moves from right to left. Right to left. Okay. So what is there in these 14 major rock edicts? Write down one by one. 14 major rock edicts. When we identify the important themes, we have to go deeper and deeper. If they frame a question on these Ashokan edicts, we have to answer the question. Okay? To answer these kind of questions, we need to acquire more and more knowledge regarding the Ashokan edicts. Okay, let us see what is there in these 14 major rock edicts. First major rock edict. Write down. First major rock edict. Yeah. What he said? Ban on animal sacrifices. First one. Ban on animal sacrifices. He promoted vegetarianism. He promoted vegetarianism. Because violence is increasing day by day in the society. Next. Second major rock edict. What is there in the second major rock edict? Yeah. Oh, tell me, my dear, in your childhood, how you people remember the Ashoka? Ashoka means what comes to your mind? Ashokudu chetlu natinchanu. Okay? So, welfare measures of Ashoka, like planting the trees. Trees which provide shelter. Trees which give fruits. So, those trees were selected. And he laid down roads. Along the roads, he planted trees. For every half a mile, he dug up tanks. He encouraged the growth of medicinal plants. Write down. Second major rock edict. It talks about welfare measures. Like planting trees, laying down roads. What were the neighboring kingdoms, neighboring territories of Mauryan Empire? Yeah, it also mentioned about neighboring kingdoms of Mauryas, that is Chola, Chera, Pandya, Satyaputra. Satyaputras are believed to be Satavahanas. And Tamraparni. Sri Lanka. Tamralipti, Bengal. Tamralipti is the ancient most port, Bengal. Clear? Pandyas. Which of the following Ashokan edicts mentioned about the Chola, Chera, Pandyas or Andhras? Nothing but second major rock edict. That's why we are giving this information. Okay. Next, third major rock edict. Third major rock edict. It asked people to treat all faiths equally. Why? Because always there is a conflict among the different faiths. In order to establish communal harmony, okay, he asked the people, treat all the monks equally. Jain monks, Buddhist monks, or Brahmin sannyasis. Next, fourth major rock edict. Fourth major rock edict. Fourth major rock edict. Ashoka opposed wars. Write down. Ashoka opposed wars. He announced, I stop Bheri Gosha. That military band, whenever you are going for wars, you will make some noise, music. Okay. I stop Bheri Gosha and start Dhamma Gosha. Underline this point. Yeah. What was the advice of Ashoka to his successors? Don't go for wars. He advised, write down. He advised successors to give up wars. He advised successors to give up wars. Yeah. Next, fifth major rock edict. Fifth major rock edict. Fifth major rock edict. You know, we have the merchants, rulers, nobles. They maintained slaves. Slaves were ill-treated, exploited. Ashoka said that be humane, be compassionate towards your slaves. Okay, humanely treat the slaves. Write down. Human treatment, humane treatment, Humane, humane treatment for slaves. Then, to spread his message, he appointed a class of officers. Who are they? Dhamma Mahamattaras. Write down. Write down. Fifth major rock edict mentioned about appointment of Dhamma Mahamattaras. Mentioned about appointment of Dhamma Mahamattaras. Clear? Next. Sixth major rock edict. For Ashoka, how the people are? Our subjects are like children. Sarve manusha paje mama. All people or all subjects are like my children. Okay. Some people ask Ashoka, where is your happiness? Ashoka said that my happiness lies in the happiness of my people. Am I correct or not? So Ashoka's paternal despotism you can see. Paternal despotism. Write down. It mentioned about paternal despotism of Ashoka. For him, sarve manusha paje mama. For him, sarve manusha paje mama. Sarve manusha paje mama. All subjects are my children. Continuation. His happiness lies in the happiness of people. His happiness within that. His happiness lies in the happiness of his subjects. Next. Seventh major rock edict. Seventh major rock edict. Again, he is asking the people, maintain religious tolerance. Write down. Asked people, maintain religious tolerance. Eighth major rock edict. Eighth major rock edict. Yeah. Generally, whenever kings had free time, where they will go? They will go for hunting. They go for hunting. Now, Ashoka says that from here onwards, there is no hunting or vacational tours, only Dhamma Yatras. Write down. He started Dhamma Yatras. Dhamma Yatras. Next. I'm sorry. Ninth major rock edict. Ninth major rock edict. It asked people to give up unnecessary sacrifices and superstitions. So what kind of society Ashoka expected? He expected progressive society. Yeah. Next. 10th major rock edict. 10th major rock edicts. He defined what is Dhamma. He defined what is Dhamma. What is Dhamma? Dhamma is free from all evils. Write down. Dhamma is free from all evils. Dhamma is free from all evils. Next. 11th major rock edict. 11th major. I'm sorry. 11th major rock edict. Okay, fine. You are following whatever Ashoka says. You are following all the principles of Dhamma. What is the reward you expect? Yeah. The broad aim of Ashoka is social harmony. Okay, a strong, healthy families, healthy society, social order. But if you don't have any incentive, how do you follow? Would you follow? No. So Ashoka is giving incentive. If you follow Dhamma, you will enter into heaven. Otherwise, you will enter into hell. Right up. If anyone follow Dhamma, they join in heaven. Otherwise, they'll end up in hell. Okay, next. 12th major rock edict. Once again, he is talking about religious tolerance. Write down. How many times he mentioned about religious tolerance? 3 times. 3rd major rock edict, 7th major rock edict, and 12th major rock edicts. So with that, what we can understand? Mauryan society was highly affected by the communal conflicts. That's why Ashoka again and again asking the people maintain religious tolerance. So communal conflicts is not a modern phenomenon, my dear. In India right now, we have you can see the conflicts between Hindus and Muslims, and Hindus and the Christians. You thought that it is a new thing or colonial legacy. No. In ancient period, medieval period, we have these kind of conflicts. Next. 13th major rock edict. 13th major rock edict. Yeah. What it says? 13th major rock edict talks about what? Kalinga War. It discussed about Kalinga War. Next, 14th major rock edict. 14th major rock edict. So, who has to build these pillars? It is the officials. So, he instructed officials. So, erect all the pillars across Indian subcontinent. Right down. 14th major rock edict. He instructed officials. To build, not to erect, pillars, pillar edicts across Indian subcontinent. How many statements we have? 14 statements. So we are calling it as a 14 major rock edicts. Yeah. Subheading? Yeah. In one place only. In one place only, these 14 statements you can see. Write down. Major rock edicts. Major rock edicts. No. Write down. Major rock edicts. First one, Khalsi. Mapping of major rock edicts, where they are present exactly. Khalsi, near Dehradun. Here, Pakistan region, Swat Valley. Shahbazgari and Manshera. Please be fast. It is RapidX. Shahbazgari, Manshera, Swat Valley. Okay. Next. Yeah. Girnar. Recently, Prime Minister Narendra Modi visited that Gir National Park. So, Girnar, Gujarat. Next, Sopara, Maharashtra. In Andhra also we have one major rock edict. Not Amaravati, Kurnool, Yarragudi. Next, Orissa, Dhauli and Jogada. These days they are giving the site names. They belongs to which? Okay, Ashokan edicts, Ashokan major rock edicts. If you look at these edicts, Ashoka has written 1, 2, 3, 4, like that, 14 statements. At the bottom, what he said, Devanam Priyadasi. Devanam Priyadashi. What is Devanam Priyadashi? Titles of Ashoka. What is the title? Beloved of gods. It is not the original name of Ashoka. Ashoka has never revealed his original name. Always he called himself as Devanam Priyadarshi. Devanam says you have to follow these orders. It's fine. Mauryan Empire is over. We enter into Guptan Empire. In Guptan Empire, we have Samudragupta. And Samudragupta, he found a beautiful pillar at Allahabad. It attracted his attention. He asked the people to read that mean statements. By the time, the Prakrit was completely extincted. They are not able to read that. Okay. Now, Samudragupta cannot leave that pillar. That's why what he has done, he reversed that pillar. On the reverse side, he started writing about his inscription. He started saying that, I am Samudragupta. I fought 100 wars. In all the wars, I resisted brilliant victories. People call me as Yama, Varuna, Kubera. If your state has to sustain, go for wars. War is like a fuel for the state. On one pillar, You know, on the upward side, Ashoka says that don't go for wars. On the reverse of pillar, Samudragupta says that go for wars. Okay, and the time passed. We enter into medieval period. Mughals came, and within the Mughals we have Jahangir. Jahangir also had seen this pillar. He could not read that because by that time everything was extincted. So on same pillar, he has given his Persian inscription. So one Allahabad pillar, you can see Ashokan, Samudragupta, and Jahangir's inscription. We enter into modern period. In modern period, we have the Britishers. That British Archaeological Survey of India's head, DG, Alexander Cunningham. That Alexander Cunningham, he found a pillar called Bairats and Babru pillar. Bairat and Babru pillar. He tried his best to read that inscription. But Brahmi was not deciphered. Brahmi was not deciphered. Finally, in 1837, a British officer, who is that? James Prinsep. A British officer, James Prinsep. He deciphered Brahmi script. Deciphered Brahmi script. Once he deciphered Brahmi script, we are able to read all the statements. Fine, we understand these statements. If you look at these pillars, Ashokan pillars, they are not just only in North India. Across the Indian subcontinent, wherever you go, you can go to Afghanistan, there you can see. You can go to Bengal, there you can see. Definitely, he must be a powerful emperor. Who is a powerful emperor? Devanampriya Priyadarshi. Ashoka has never revealed. Okay. Who is that Devanampriya? Anyone can take. Nowhere in literature mentioned about Devanampriya Priyadarshi is Ashoka. Tomorrow, Saideswar also take Devanampriya Priyadarshi title. Am I correct or not? Finally, this confusion was corrected when we have found the inscriptions at Maski in Karnataka. Maski, Nittur, Udegolam, Kanganahalli. Kanganahalli. These are all in Karnataka. These are all in Karnataka. So finally, in these four places, Ashoka has revealed his name as Devanampriya Priyadarshi Ashoka. Okay. Later, in Madhya Pradesh also, we excavated one inscription, Gurjara. Okay. So only in these 5 places, you can see the name of Ashoka. Write down. Ashoka revealed his original name in the following inscriptions. Gurjara, Madhya Pradesh. Maski, Nittur, Udegolam, Kanganahalli. At Kanganahalli, he called himself as Ranayo Ashoka. Ranayo Ashoka. Clear? Any doubt? Clearly, I mean. Devanampriya Priyadarshi Ashoka. Priyadasi Ashoka. Devanampriya Priyadasi Ashoka. Okay, next. Minor rock edicts. Just mention the names, that's it. Minor rock edicts. Minor rock edicts. Andhra Pradesh. Andhra Pradesh. Rajula Mandagiri. Rajula Mandagiri in AP, near Karnool. Karnataka. Please take the list, because if they give one name, you need to identify sites. Maski, it's a minor rock edict. Nittur, Udagolam, Sannati, Brahmagiri, Brahmagiri, Udagolam. Siddhapura, Siddhapura. Major rock edicts. Major rock edicts, whatever the map I have given, Khalsi, Shahbazgari, Manshera, they are all major rock edicts. These are all minor rock edicts. These are all minor rock edicts. Maski, Tur, Udagolam, they are all minor. I said that in these places, Ashoka revealed his original name. Next, Madhya Pradesh. Are you feel bored? Because it is information required for your prelims. Next, Gurjara. Gurjara. That's enough. Next, pillar edicts. Pillar rock edicts. Pillar rock edicts. Next, Allahabad, Kaushambi. Allahabad, Kaushambi, pillar edict. Next, Delhi, Topra. Delhi, Topra, pillar edict. Delhi, Meerut. Actually, Topra at Meerut, these two pillars were found. Firoz Shah Tughlaq has transported them to Delhi. In Delhi, we have Firoz Shah Kotla. While discussing about art and architecture, I have shown Firoz Shah Kotla there. Ashokan pillar was placed as a decoration. Yeah. Next, Firoz Shah Tughlaq. Firoz Shah Tughlaq transported them to Delhi. Transported them to Delhi. Lauriya Araraj. Lauriya Nandangad. Lauriya Araraj, Lauriya Nandangad. While discussing Lauriya Araraj, Lauriya Nandangad. In Mauryan art and architecture, we have seen pillars. So pillar having the components like shaft, column, then inverted lotus. On top of inverted lotus, we have the abacus. On top of abacus, we have crowning sculpture called capital. Capital may be changed. Different animal images were used. So here, single lion, capital. Single lion, capital. Okay. Next, bull capital. Rampurva. Bull capital at Rampurva. Four lion capital. Yeah. Indian government adapted. Four lion capital from Saranath. Horse capital. Where is horse capital? Rumindai. Elephant capital. Dhauli. Elephant capital, Dhauli. Elephant capital, Dhauli. Orissa. Okay. Yeah. Note. You can take other inscriptions also. Sohagara and Mahasthana. Sohagara and Mahasthana inscriptions were attributed to Chandragupta Maurya. Inscriptions were attributed to Chandragupta Maurya. See, in these inscriptions, Mauryan emperor ordered officers to take up famine relief measures, in which Chandragupta Maurya ordered officers to take up famine relief measures. Clear? I'm sure that if they ask a question on Ashok RapidX, if you mug up, if you understand all these concepts, you can easily answer. No doubt at all. Whatever may the question comes. The next topic is Guptan ports, Guptan taxation, Guptan period and positions. Okay. So let us take up Guptan administration. Guptan administration. In the introductory class itself, I used to say, when you start your preparation, you must always focus on syllabus. At the same time, PYQs. Go and revise the PYQs every day. Whenever you find a free time, just open the PYQs and go through it. Over a period of time, you are going to understand the mind of UPSC. It can be polity, geography, environment, whatever it is. At least 20 years, prelims as well as mains question papers, that must be imprinted in your mind. When you find a topic, whether UPSC asks a question or not, you are able to identify that. That is called as empowerment. Okay, then you will be in the right track of your preparation. If you observe the UPSC recent pattern for the last 6-7 years, they are asking administrative terms, my dear. They are giving one name. This designation related to which of the following officer? Let's say, for example, Mahattara. They gave one name, Mahattara. And who is this Mahattara? Customs officer, accounts officer, okay, spy or village headman. Unless until, without knowing administrative terms, you can't answer these kind of questions. Okay. Prior to the Gupta administration, already we have seen Mauryan administration. What was the broad difference between Mauryan administration and Guptan administration? Very good. Mauryan administration was centralized, whereas Guptan decentralized. What do you mean by decentralization? Distribution of powers. Here in Mauryan also you have distribution of powers. Here we have empire. In Mauryan administration, empire was divided into provinces. Provinces were divided into districts called aharas. At the below we have the villages. Appointed officers at various levels. They enjoyed powers, yeah. Feudatories. The major difference is centralization or decentralization depends upon decision making power. If all the decisions were taken at the central level and ask the people at the lower level to implement your decisions, that is centralization. When you devolve decision making power to the provincial level, district level and village level and take them to take the decisions, we can call it as a decentralization. So in that perspective, Mauryan administration was highly centralized, whereas Gupta administration was decentralized. In Mauryan administration, domination of bureaucracy. Wherever you go, bureaucracy, my dear. To supervise the rivers, there is a bureaucrat. To supervise mines, bureaucrat. or forest, bureaucrat, mines, bureaucrat, like that wherever you go, there is a bureaucrats. It was dominated by bureaucracy. Okay, relatively it was not mean bureaucratized, relatively less bureaucratized. Yeah. How Mauryans paid salaries to their officers? Lands. There is no concept of land. Mauryans paid salaries to their officers in the form of cash, whereas Guptans paid salaries in the form of land grants. Okay, lands we can call, okay, land assignment. Land assignment. Generally, kings gave land grants to the Brahmins. If land was given to Brahmin, we can call it as a land grant. If land was given for an officer in lieu of his salary, we can call it as a land assignment. Land assignment. Okay. Here, for each and every information, emperor, your Ashoka, Chandragupta Maurya, they depends upon whom? They depends upon spies. They depends upon spies. You can see large network of espionage system. Espionage system. Relatively, it is less. Less network of means spies. Okay. Here, how you will be appointed in the administration? What is the basis for administration? Appointment in the administration? Merit. Merit is the basis. Like UPSC. Okay. Here, merit is not the basis. If my father is an officer, I will get the post. It is appointment through inheritance or hereditary. Here, official positions followed hereditary. Sometimes they may also give these kind of questions. They try to compare both the kinds of administration, Mauryan and Gupta administration. Broadly, this is how you can differentiate. Then, if you look at the details of Gupta administration, Gupta Empire was divided into, how we have states in a similar manner, Bhuktis. Bhuktis were there. Bhuktis were further divided into Vishayas. Vishayas were further divided into Vitis or Bhumaka or Petaka. There are different units like Mandal, like Taluka. Similar manner, you have different administrative hierarchies. Below them we have village or grama. They would not do anything. They'll give 2 or 3 names. These terms related to economy, society or administration. Vishaya is a word related to administration. Bhukti is a word related to administration. If you are able to identify, yes, this word somewhere I heard in my class while discussing the administration, that's enough. You will get the mark. Okay. Now, who is the head of empire? Who is the head of empire? King. King is the head of empire. How the king was? Was he ordinary man? King was not ordinary man, my dear. King is equal to God. King is equal to God. Okay. And your Samudragupta in Allahabad inscription, he claimed himself as Yama, Kubera, Varuna, I am everything. Okay. Now, divine rights theory they followed. Divine rights theory they followed. Okay. To assist the king, you have some officers. Yeah. Not just the ministers, a class of officers. Okay, write down. To assist the king, following officers were appointed. To assist the king, following officers were appointed. Kumara Matya. High level officer. High level officer means like IAS, my dear. Am I correct? IAS is a cadre, they will be appointed everywhere from district to central level. You can find the IAS officers as cabinet secretary, principal secretary, home secretary. Am I correct? So these Kumara Matyas are the high level officers. They are appointed at the various ranks. Various ranks. Okay. Kumara Matya. Next. Sandhi Vigrahaka. Sandhi Vigrahaka. Who is Sandhi Vigrahaka? Your Jai Shankar, External Affairs Minister. So he is in charge of war and peace. Write down. In charge of war and peace. Yeah. Previously I said that there is Allahabad inscription. Samudragupta turned this pillar, written his own eulogy. Who composed, who wrote that? Sandhi Vigrahaka Harisena. Write down, very, very important. Who composed Allahabad inscription? Harisena. His designation is Sandhi Vigrahaka. Who composed Allahabad inscription? That is Harisena. His designation is Sandhi Vigrahaka. Sandhi Vigrahaka. Clear? Next. Maha Baladikrita. Yeah. Who could be this officer? Bala. Bala means commander in chief, army. Commander in chief or Senapati. Next. Maha Dandanayaka. Who give punishments? Judge. Okay, write down. Head of judiciary. Head of judiciary. Next. Aksha Pataladhikrita. Aksha Pataladhikrita. He maintained records. Aksha Pataladhikrita. He maintained official records. He maintained official records. Aksha Pataladhikrita. Next. Pilupati. Pilupati. In charge of elephantry. In charge of elephantry. Gajabalam. In charge of elephantry. Next. Just apply your common sense, my dear. When you are confused, when you don't get the idea, just read the term 3-4 times. Somehow you will decode it. You will get some faint idea. Okay. Batashwapati. Here, Ashwa means what? Horse. In charge of cavalry. In charge of cavalry. All the time your memory may not work because you are overloading memory with all the stuff, all the main subjects. Okay. Take one more name. Bhanda Garadikrita. Yeah. Bhandagaram. Bhandagaram means treasury. Write down. Head of treasury. Head of treasury. So you are on right track. Head of treasury. Bhandagaradhikrita. Vinaya Sthiti Palaka. Vinaya Sthiti Palaka. Vinaya means Vinaya Petaka. Vinaya Petaka deals with what? Code of conduct for monks and nuns. Here, this officer who maintains morals and values in the society. Write down. He maintains morals and values in the society. Next. Dandapashikruta. District police officer who give punishments. District police officer. Yeah. Take one more name. Saunkika. Saunkika. See, the term Saunka is derived from Shunka. Shunka means? Shunkam. Shunkam means what? Customs. Shunkam means customs. He is a customs officer. Yeah. Please read the terms 3-4 times. You will get idea. Okay. Here we have empire is over. Below the empire we have Bhuktis. Write down. Bhukti is headed by, no need to worry. Bhukti is headed by Uparika. Uparika means governor. You know, for every state we have governors. This Uparika can also be called as Lokapala. Lokapala. Again, one more name, Goptri. 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 Clear? Now, Vishayas. Vishayas. Vishaya was headed by Vishayapati. Vishaya, Vishayapati. Like districts. See, at district level, he is not the sole one who take all the decisions. While, listen, we have the district collector. District collector is the sole authority. He take every decision. But in the Guptan administration, we have decentralization. Here, decision-making power was shared, devolved to many people. So, Vishayapati cannot take the decision. Vishayapati must consult following members. Write down. Vishayapati. Vishayapati must consult. Vishayapati must consult following members while taking decisions. Nagara Seshta. Nagara means what? City. Okay, Sreshta means? Sreshta. Sreshta means Sreshti. Sreshti word Shetty. Who is Shetty? Merchant, banker. Write down. Chief, merchant or banker. Like Ambani, Adani. How government consult while framing the policies. Am I correct or not? Next. Sardhavaha. Sardhavaha. See, my dear, by the time there is no other means of transport, only bullock carts. Bullock carts. A pack of carts were maintained by specific people who transport goods from one area to other area. So these are called as mobile trader. Mobile trader. Mobile trader who provide carts, bullock carts. Pradama Kulika. Pradama means first, head. Kulika means Sreni, head of guild. Head of guild. Pradhama Kayastha. Pradhama Kayastha. Who is Kayastha? Let's say, for example, under Samudragupta, Samudragupta fought many battles. He fought, since he registered many victories, now he wanted to perform on Ashwamedha Yaga. So Samudragupta knew about Saideswar. Saideswar was a Brahmin. So he asked Saideswar, can you assist me in performing the Ashwamedha Yaga? Okay. Saideswar accepted and he performed Ashwamedha Yaga. Samudragupta was very much impressed. What do you want? I asked, give me 2 villages. Give me 2 villages. It means land grant. So he provided land grant. So you can go and collect the land revenue from these 2 villages. Enjoy. Am I correct or not? So the promise, the land grant given by the Samudragupta was respected only when you have a evidence. And who give the evidence? That evidence is nothing but land charter. That evidence is nothing but land charter inscription. That inscription goes like this. I am Samudragupta so and so. I got services from Saideswar. Okay, that's why I have given 2 villages to this man. He can collect the land revenue. So who drafted this? This was drafted by Pradhama Kayastha. Pradhama Kayastha, he is the chief of these scribes. Chief of scribes. Anyhow, my livelihood depends upon what? My livelihood, my Brahmin livelihood depends upon land grant. Who draft this land grant? Kayastha. Gradually these Kayasthas are going to dominate the Brahmins. Kayasthas are going to dominate the Brahmins. Generally Brahmins dominate all other castes or varnas. Okay. Next, Grama. At the level of Grama, Gramika. At the level of Grama, Gramika. That's all about Guptan administration. Whatever may be the administration you have, that cannot sustain without tax. What kind of taxes we have? Write down. Tax structure. Tax structure. What were the different taxes? Bali. Bali is voluntary tax. Yeah, you people know Bhaga. Bhaga is 1/4 to 1/8 of produce. See, my dear, in UPSC, you can say at least 30-40% of aspirants, they miss the chance to write mains with 1 or 2 marks. Do you believe this? Cutoff is, let's say for example, 105. Some people end up with 103, 104. If that is your last chance, it costs your life. Am I correct or not? So each and every term, each and every sentence is important to clear this. I can say it is your salvation. Most of the, for Buddhist monks, their salvation lies in conquering the desires. Your salvation lies in accumulating knowledge and earning the marks, clearing the UPSC. That's your salvation. Am I correct or not? That's why you give up your family and came here like monks. Next. Vishti. Vishti means forced labor. Vishti, kripta or upakripta, the same meaning, forced labor. Forced labor. Okay. Forced labor. Tax. It's a type of tax. Forced labor is also kind of tax. Let's say Samudragupta wanted to build a reservoir near your village. So you people have to send one of your family member as a labor. You will not be given any wages. You have to go and work there. Next. Sorry. Halikara. Halikulu. Halikulu means Halika. Halikulu means farmers. It's a tax on plows. It's a tax on plow. Nagallu. Tax on plows. Let's say for example, if your village is affected by some evil spirits, demons, yeah, for that also you have to pay tax. Okay, king will collect the tax. With the tax, he will perform some rituals. So such kind of tax is called as Vata Bhuta. Vata Bhuta. Tax paid to ward off evil spirits. Tax paid to ward off. WARDOFF. Ward off. Tax paid to ward off evil spirits. Vata Bhuta. You can see Bhuta. Bhuta means demon. You can write one more. Pranaya. Pranaya. Not marriage. Pranaya means emergency tax. Pranaya means emergency tax. Pranaya, pranaya. Pranaya is emergency tax. Suddenly, your rival kings declared war. You need resources. That's why this tax was collected. Next, Gulma. Gulma. Military tax. Military tax. Next, Kara. Kara. Tax collected in kind. Tax collected in kind. Vastu రూపంలో తీసుకునేది. Tax collected in kind. Hiranya. Tax collected in cash. Tax collected in cash. So, Hiranya means wealth. The literal meaning is gold. Gold is considered as wealth. That's all about your revenue or tax structure. Different taxes. Then what were the resources to collect the taxes? Your economy. Your economy based on what? Economy based on three pillars. Three pillars. One is agriculture. Second one is industry. Industry. Next one is trade. Trade and commerce. Trade and commerce. Okay. Now, what about agriculture? In Guptans, there will be more chance to ask questions on agriculture. Why? I think recently they have asked a question called Drona Vapa and Kulya Vapa. Did you come across these words? The prelims. What is Drona Vapa, Kulya Vapa? These are land measuring units. Land measuring units. Why they are emphasizing more on land? Because if you look at the entire trajectory of economic history of ancient India, land became an important source during the later Vedic period. Now, importance of land has been increasing in 6th century BC, Mahajanpada period. Next, even on Mauryans also, land became an important thing. After Mauryans, we have post-Mauryan period. In post-Mauryan period, we have the kingdom called Satavahanas. So, Satavahanas have started the tradition of land grants. Whatever the land grant tradition started by Satavahanas was continued. The intensity was increased by Guptans. By the time of Guptans, whatever you do, they'll give land. They'll give land. Let's say you are an officer. You will not be given the salary in the form of cash. You will be given the land. I am a Brahmin. You will be given the land. So, the trend of land grants have been increasing. Actually, it's not the tiller who is the owner of land. Brahmins, officers, nobles, they are controlling, holding the land. What happens? Concentration of land, concentration of wealth. We call it as a feudalism, feudal society. Okay? Write down. Feudal society was emerged during Guptan period. Feudal society was emerged during Guptan period. Land grants and land assignments. Land grants and land assignments were extended to Brahmins. Land grants and land assignments were extended to Brahmins and officers. Okay. Let's say if land was given to Brahmin, that land grant is called as Brahmadeya. Write down. Brahmadeya or Devadeya or Agrahara, P Agraharam. So all these Agraharas were given by the kings to Brahmin families. Okay, next, Bhattagrama, whatever may be the term, these are all related to land grants given to priestly class. That's it. Okay. So let's say, for example, if you got land grant, if you gave land grant to a Brahmin, what kind of privileges he enjoys? Yeah. See, he collect taxes. He collect taxes from the people, collect taxes from the farmers. Okay. Not only collecting taxes, he is the owner of the forest. Let's say if they give 10 villages, in all the 10 villages, whatever the forest is there, I am the owner. Okay. And you are going to control the pasture lands, and you are going to control the water bodies. Water bodies means any tanks, wells. That Brahmin is the ultimate authority. See, in that village, army should not enter, police should not enter. You don't need to pay any tax to the state. Once you got land grant, you'll enjoy that privileges. What was the limit? Limit is sun and moon. Unless sun and moon existed, you can enjoy that privileges. Laws, policies. For laws and policies, that's a different thing. Okay, judiciary is there, and they'll given some punishments also. But I'm talking about the kind of authority they're exercising. Okay, you don't need to provide any tax to the army, any tax to the state. You'll enjoy. Let's say, for example, in your land, you are given 100 acres of land. In that 100 acres, if there is a gold mine, who will be the owner? Farmer, Brahmin, or the king? Let's say if you buy 10 acres of land, okay, in Karnataka. Fortunately, in your land, you found a gold mine. Then who is the owner? Government or you? Government is the owner. But in the case of land grants, Brahmin is the owner. He can go and mine that gold. It means he was given all the rights over the land. Why we are dictating all these things? Because in Guptan period, Brahmins or Donis enjoyed following privileges: 1, 2, 3, 4. So all these privileges they enjoyed. All these privileges. Even these lands can be transferred from one generation to the other generations. These kinds of land grants are called as Nividharma. Nividharma, enjoyed unbridled powers. Write down, Nividharma. Next, Aparadha Dharma. Aparadha Dharma. You can enjoy tax from that land, but you should not sell that land. You should not transfer, you should not sell that land. Aparadha Dharma. Next, one more word. Bhumi Chidrayana. Bhumi Chidrayana. non-cultivable land given to, right, non-cultivable land given to Donis. Yeah. Bhumi Chidrayana. These are all the land grants. But you know, we have Amara Kosha. Donis means someone who got that gift. Someone who donate, he is called as donor. Someone who take that, and he is called as a doni. Giver, taker. Taker is that doni. Giver is donor. Okay. You know, have you heard about this Amara Kosha? Who wrote Amara Kosha? A book. Amara Simha. In the court of Chandragupta II. Not Maurya. Chandragupta II. So in Guptans, we have Chandragupta I and Chandragupta II. In the court of Chandragupta II, we have the 9 great mean people, 9 luminaries. Okay. Navaratnas, we call them. So among the Navaratnas, one is the Amara Simha. Amara Simha wrote Amara Kosha. It's a Sanskrit grammar text. Okay. In that Sanskrit grammar text, they classified different lands. In geography, you people study different lands, fertile soils, fallow lands, barren lands, wetlands. Here also we have the same concept. Write down, take the names. Amara Kosha classified lands as follows. Uravara, fertile lands. Take the list, that's it. Uravara, Ushavara, barren lands. Aprahata, fallow land. Aprahata, fallow land. You can add one more term in Gupta administration. One more term in Gupta administration. Mahapratihara. If you recollect that movie, Bahubali, in that Bahubali 1, what is that? Kalakayas. Kalakayas are invaded. Kalakayas invaded the Mahishmati kingdom. And both Bahubali and Balala Deva, they are going in 2 ways. And finally, that rival army, they are going to attack the fort. When they are going to attack the fort, who is in charge of that fort? Kattappa. So, when Kattappa ordered his soldiers, he gave a slogan. What is that slogan? Pratihar. So, Pratihar means in charge of royal palace gods. Write down. Mahapratihar. Mahapratihar. Head of palace gods. Head of palace gods. Yeah. Shadwala. Grassy lands. Grasslands. Next. Meru. Meru is desert. Meru is desert. Yeah. Ajmer, yes. Ajmer. Okay. Yeah. Next. Nadimatrika. Nadimatrika. Land get water from river. Land get water from river. Next. Deva Matrika. Yeah. Deva means God. So how God showers the water? In the form of rain. So land get water through rainfall. Next. పంకిల, పంకిల, పాప పంకిలమైనది. In Telugu we use a word. Pankila means wetland. Wetlands. Okay. It's not over, my dear. Land measuring units, write down. Land measuring unit. Land measuring units. Land measuring units. Yeah. Just take the words, that's it. Angula. Angulam. Inch. Angula. Hasta. Danda. Some like Gaja and all. Apadanda. Padanda. Dronavapa. Kulyavapa. I said there are two words asked in the recent prelims. Okay. 2019 or 20, I'm not sure, but they have asked a question. Dronavapa and Kulyavapa. Yeah, ascending order. Next, Nivartana. You can add one more word in Guptan administration. At village level, head of the village was Gramika. He was advised by Mahattara. He was advised by Mahattara. Mahattara, village headman. Village headman. Village headman. Okay. So we are dealing with the Guptan economy. In Guptan economy, agriculture. So agriculture is mostly based on the feudalism. Land grants were given, different classification, different types of lands and land measuring units. Did they extend their support for irrigation? Any idea about irrigation? Yeah? Irrigation. Guptans have contributed for irrigation. Example is, there is one lake dug up by Mauryans, which was repaired by Rudradaman. Sudarshana Lake. Again, Sudarshana Lake was damaged. Okay, repaired by Skandagupta. Okay, write down. Skandagupta. Skandagupta repaired Sudarshana Lake. Yeah. To lift the water, did they use any tool? We have, what is that, Kaleshwaram project. What is that, Kaleshwaram? Lift irrigation. Right now we have electric power and all, and we can lift the water. But by that time, there is a water wheel called Aragatta. Right down. Water wheel Aragatta was used to lift the water. Water wheel Aragatta was used to lift the water. By the time of Guptans, royal authority extended over the lands. Royal authority extended over lands. Okay. Next, industry. What were the different industries existed? Yeah. Metal industry. Write down. Metal industry. What was the classic example of Mauryan's metallurgical skill? Mehrauli iron pillar, issued during Chandragupta II period. For the last 1000 years, It was in the open space, exposed to hot summers, temperatures and winters, but still it did not get any rust. That Mehrauli iron pillar. Right down. Mehrauli iron pillar. You know, metallurgy is one kind of skill. According to Kama Sutra, we have 64 skills. 64 kalalu. Among the 64 skills, and metallurgy is one of the art. Write down. According to Kama Sutra, it is one among 64 arts. It is one among 64 arts. One among 64 arts. Kamsakara. Have you heard about the word Kamsali? Kamsali. Generally, Kamsali means they are the bronze workers. Bronze workers. Okay. Later on, we are calling Kamsalis as the goldsmiths. But for gold work, there is a separate class called Suvarnakara. Suvarnakaras are the goldsmiths. Suvarnakaras are goldsmiths. Yeah. Apart from metallurgy, any other industry? Important industry? Textiles. India is known for textiles, my dear. Okay. Textile industry. Textile industry. Mandsaur inscription. Write down. Mandsaur inscription. Talked about silk weavers. Silk weavers. Take a question. Which of the following statements are correct? About Indian textiles. About Indian textiles. Indians are not aware of silk weaving. Statement 1. Indians are not aware of silk weaving in ancient period. Next. Indians imported silk from China. No? Silk route. Indians imported silk from China. Third statement. Indians learnt, what is that, sericulture? How do you call? Silkworms. Indians learnt sericulture. Indians learnt sericulture. Sorry, not Indians learned. Strike it off. Sericulture was introduced into India. Sericulture was introduced into India by Central Asians. In 13th century AD. Now tell me. Yeah. In the given statements, what are the correct statements? C. C is right or wrong? Then what about the first statement? Were we aware of silk weaving? Ancient Indians were aware of silk weaving in ancient period itself. Okay. Did we import silk from China? Yes, we have imported silk from China. When we learnt about the silk weaving, then what is the need for us to import silk from China? Point number 1 is Indians, they extracted silk from the wild silk cocoons. We have not artificially cultivated any silkworms. We go to forest and we brought some silk cocoons. And these silk cocoons are not fine, already. That what is that? What is that? Silkworm been broken this cocoon and came out, and whatever the spoiled silk cocoons were taken, and we have extracted the silk. That's why our silk was not as refined as the Chinese silk. Okay, Chinese silk was more refined and more artistic and such a beautiful silk. That's why we have imported silk from China. Then in 13th century, actually we have not learnt artificial silk worm technique, sericulture. We have learnt this from the Central Asians, that Mughals and all, that Delhi Sultans, once they came, they introduced this sericulture into India from the Chinese only. Are you getting my point or not? Market important. There is a potential area. Definitely UPSC touch these kind of questions. Okay. Next, glass and diamond industry. Glass and diamond industry. Glass and diamond industry. According to Brihat Samhita of Varahamihira. According to Brihat Samhita of Varahamihira, diamond and gold industry were popular. Diamond and gold industry were popular. Next, trade and commerce. Trade and commerce. Trade and commerce. So we have domestic trade as well as the international trade. For international trade, we have following ports. Kalyan, Sopara, Barukacha, Vanji, Mangarauta, Puhar, write down. Puhar or Kaveri Pattanam. Next, Arikamedu, Pondicherry, Mysolia, in the western coast we have Solapattanam, Neelopattanam, Pandopattanam, Tamralipti, these are the important ports. Below. Vanji, Mangarauta, Puhar, Puher, Puhar, nothing but Kaveri Pattanam. Barukacha. In post-modern period we have Barukacha Shakas. Nahapana belong to Barukacha Shakas. Clear? What we have exported, generally we exported textiles. Other than the textiles, spices. Among the spices, pepper. Pepper is called as Yavana Priya. Write down. Yavana Priya. Yavana means foreigners. Yavana Priya, pepper. Yavanika. Yavanika means curtain raised in dramas. curtains raised in dramas. Dramas. Yavana Priya. You know, one more important spice called Mala Botram. Mala Botram is cinnamon. Dalchin chekka. Mala Botram cinnamon. They'll give one name, my dear. Okay, we have to struggle a lot in the exam. Mala Botram is there is no scope at all to think it is related to spice. Mala Botram. Next. Take one more. Kodumanal. Mala Botram is cinnamon. Cinnamon, dalchin chekka. CINNAMONAM. Next, Kodumanal is a bead making industry in Tamil Nadu. It's a bead making industry in Tamil Nadu. Beads. Beads means, we use some kind of ornaments. Stones, precious stones were chiseled and they made it as a ornaments. Then what about coins? What kind of coins we have used? Study of coins is called as numismatics. Write down. Study of coins is called as numismatics. First kind of coins were punch-marked coins. Punch-marked coins were used in Janapada period, Mahajanapada period and Mauryan period. For the first time on coins, image of kings and name of king was issued by Indo-Greeks. Write down. For the first time, name of king and image of king coins were issued by Indo-Greeks. Guptans and Kushans issued large number of gold coins. Guptans and Kushans introduced a large number of coins. Can I add one more point? Punch-marked coins, only silver and copper. Within punch-marked coins, there is no gold coins. Okay. Only Kushans and Indo-Greeks, Kushans and Guptans, they issued gold coins. What is the use of gold coins? For large transactions, you need gold. Write down. Gold coins were useful. Gold coins were useful for large scale transactions and long distance trade. Yeah. A few more minutes. 5 minutes I'll take. Okay. Generally, who issued coins? Who issued coins? Huh? Kings. We thought that only kings issued coins. No. Apart from the kings, guilds also issue coins. Townsmen also issued coins. Okay. Even some tribal republics also issued coins. Right up. Coins were issued by kings, guilds, townsmen, and tribal republics. Okay. However, by the time of Skandagupta, silver was mixed in gold coins. Why? The metal in gold coins has been declining day by day, and more silver is adding. It means there is a scarcity for gold. Why there is a scarcity for gold? Because there is a dip in the international trade. Why there is a dip in the international trade? Here we have Roman Empire. Roman Empire. Okay. In Kumara Gupta period, for the first time, here we have some Central Asian tribes called Huns. Within the Huns, there are two wings, black Huns and the white Huns. So black Huns attacked the Roman Empire. Because of their frequent attacks, this Roman Empire was collapsed. Within the Huns, there is a white Huns. White Huns targeted Roman Gupta Empire. Gradually, Gupta Empire is also collapsed. So in Kumara Gupta period, first Huns attack was started on India. Generally, where you can get the lot of demand for Indian made goods? Roman Empire. Now the potential buyers, they lost their empire. With the fall of Roman Empire as well as the Gupta Empire, that Indo-Roman trade was affected. Indo-Roman trade was affected. Okay. So write down. By the time of later Guptans, international trade has been declining. Yeah. Once trade is affected, urbanization will be affected. Which affected urbanization? Okay. Anyhow, who organized this entire international trade? International trade was organized by guilds. Write down. International trade was organized by guilds. Guilds are Shreni. Yeah. Shreni is association of, write down, association of artisans who are merchants. Association of artisans who are merchants. Let's say if we are all blacksmiths, we form into an association. Okay, we can call it as blacksmith guild. We are all weavers, we form an association. If we are all the merchants, we are exporting spices from India to Rome, so we are all formed into a guild. So for every handicraft there is a guild. For every trade there is a guild. So guilds, they set their own rules and regulations. Write down. Guilds set their own rules and regulations. Yeah. What are the other roles of guilds? Other duties? It controls the production. Write down. It controls production. It controls, very good. It controls production, quality, and price. See, for every guild, they have their own emblem. They have their own insignia. Write down. They maintain their own emblems or insignia or flag. We can also call it as flag. See, if a guild operating trade between North India and South India, when they are transporting the goods, there may be some bandits, they may attack. Then who will protect? Would king protect? No. So guilds have maintained their own force. Write down. Guilds maintained their own force. King accepted. King also accepted guilds to maintain their own force. Surprising thing is, guilds can issue their own coins. Okay. Guilds accept deposits from its members. Guilds accept deposits from its members. Yeah. Where do you deposit the money? Generally, where do you deposit the money? Bank. So it acts as a bank. Write down. It acts as bank. Guild donates. Write down. Guild donates. Guild donates to temples. Yeah. When guilds are donating something, when guilds are serving something, we can call it as a trustee. Guilds also act as trustee. Guilds also acts as trustee. King also recognized the Sreni Dharma. King also recognized the Sreni Dharma. Okay. Head of merchant guild is called as Srestha. Head of merchant guild is called as Srestha or Setti. Yeah, Setti means Anushka Setti, Silpa Setti. So they all belongs to the merchant or these communities. Okay. Shetty or Srestha. In Tamil Nadu, there is a different word, Masuvattan. Write down. Masuvattan. Masuvattan. Head of guild. Head of guild. Yeah. You can write one more word. Money. Manigrama. Manigrama. Yeah, in Tamil Nadu. Manigrama. It's a guild operated in Tamil Nadu. Okay, that's all about your Guptans. Thank you so much.